7 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Gosh, the time is just flying. A good friend is in the studio. He brings us some really cool stuff around Halloween time, but this time he's bringing us something else that's really cool, an opportunity to visit the Marion-Dunn Masonic Lodge number 19. Dr. William Ramsay is in the studio, the best hair in Ocala, I would say. Board-certified optometric physician and a worshipful master of Marion-Dunn Masonic Lodge. And so there's an open house this coming Friday, right, from 6 till 8 p.m.?
Yep.
Good morning. How are you, Doctor?
Doing great, Larry. Thanks for having me back on again.
Now I hear you. Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You do have great hair. Does it run in your family? You have great hair in your family?
I'm adopted, so I don't know, but my older son, has the same set of hair, yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you don't know your biological parents?
No.
Oh, wow. Did you ever want to go find them?
I tried that, and the way the state of New York has their adoption papers, they're sealed. You can't get to them.
What part of New York do you know?
I was born in Yonkers.
So we're going up to the Bronx. That's close. If I see somebody walking down the street with hair like yours,
sure,
I'm going to take a picture and show you and say, hey, this could be. This
Maybe.
Could be your relative. Well, good to see you again.
Thank you.
What does it mean, worshipful master? What does that mean?
It's a title. No one worships me. You know, my wife and I go home and we joke about it. You know.
Well, I take it worshipful means you are the worshiper, not the worshipped.
Well, worshipful is a title in England, and it means someone who's in a position like an attorney, someone who has a position of power. But no one worships me. Believe me, it's not like that.
Okay. Well, I didn't think that. I actually thought that meant you were full of worship. You know.
Oh no, we.
Is the Freemasons a religious organization?
No, but we have religion in it. Let me explain. We don't have any particular religion that you have to be a Mason.
Right.
I'm a Catholic. I have a fellow who's a rabbi, a Jewish rabbi in lodge with me. And we don't even discuss religion. We don't discuss your faith. As long as you believe that there's a supreme being, a God, and that's all that matters to us. You can't be an atheist to be a Mason.
Oh, that's the only thing. That's the only. Oh, as far as membership goes.
Right. You cannot be an atheist.
Oh wow. And is there a test for that? How do you know somebody's not lying to you?
We asked them on paper. We asked them on paper if they believe in God or not, or a supreme being.
Right.
And then as they go through these degrees, we have these 3 degrees. As they go through the first degree, we ask them again at a particular point specifically, and if they say no, I don't believe, then we stop the ceremony and out they go. That's it.
So do ceremonies begin with a prayer, or do you have any of that, or do you stay away from that?
We have prayers in all of our meetings. We do, first thing we do is Pledge of Allegiance, always.
Okay.
Then we do a prayer.
Okay. And I'm guessing part of the reason for the open house is so that questions like this can be asked. Does this happen a lot? People ask these same questions that I'm asking right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of crazy questions and you see on the internet.
So if you could cut out all of their repeat questions, is there any... What do you want us to know about the Masons and about the Freemasons is how I say that, right?
Yes.
How do what do you want us to know that the questions might not ever get to?
Well, our biggest secret, and it's a secret, but it's out there, and everybody knows about it, but indirectly, is our charitable good. That's one of our tenets, is relief and charity. What we do, you know a little bit about, is the Shrine Hospital. It's run by Masons. Yes. All Shriners are Masons. Mm-hmm. All right?
Oh, okay.
A lot of people don't know that, though.
That's right.
In fact, I didn't know that forever. I mean, Joe told me that.
Yeah. So to be a Shriner, you have to be a Mason. And the Shrine Hospitals take care of children for free for orthopedic problems and burn victims and all the rehab they need, and it's free of cost to the kids that need the help.
Yeah, that is sort of a secret. That's a shame that that's a secret, isn't it?
Yeah. And we do not just that, we also do funding for diabetes research, cancer research, eye disease research, hearing. We have up in Shands, we have the Right Care Hearing Center for kids. It's a hearing and speech center we fund.
Have we seen you since the fish fry? We went to one of the fish fries.
You haven't seen me since the fish fry.
You weren't there.
We
went there and you showed up later after us or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
You probably had doctored things to do.
Well, I see patients down in the villages at the Villages Eye Institute. I'm down on Lady Lake, so I have to run all the way back up to the lodge, which is about a 45-minute drive, and it starts when I'm leaving. So I get there about halfway through, and if I arrive a little bit late, I meet anyone that's left.
And you also help the veterans. You have huge. You recognize the veterans too.
Well, in Masonry, we respect citizenship. We respect our veterans. We appreciate all the work that our veterans do. Oh yeah. Whenever I see a veteran, I shake their hand.
Yeah, you had
appreciate your service.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Before we went on the air, you were saying that a lot of people raised their hands when you asked how many people are veterans.
Yeah, one day in the lodge, I asked, everybody put their hands up who's a veteran, and 40% of the room's hands all went up. I mean,
yeah. We have a great veteran community. So the open house is this coming Friday. The one thing I think I would ask, and I think I've asked you this before, and for one reason or another, it's not coming to mind. After the hyphen, Marion would be the county, correct?
Marion-Dunn, D-U-N-N.
And has that got anything to do with the guy who started Dunellen or something?
Supposedly there's a relationship. There were originally 2 lodges in the area, and they merged, and they took the name of Marion, which was around first, and that's the oldest lodge. We've been around 168 years, and when they merged, it became the Marion-Dunn Lodge, number 19. So the number of the lodges you see increases the younger the lodges. So the older lodges are 1, 2, 3, and we're number 19, and we've been around for 168 years.
Can you make a connection for us with the founding fathers of this country? This goes way back to even before that, right?
Right.
But we had, you had was it the gavel?
George Washington, yes.
Yeah.
So our district, which consists of 9 lodges in our area here, in Bellevue and Dunellen and whatnot, we brought in the George Washington gavel, which is the gavel he used for laying the cornerstone of our nation. And it's hundreds of years old.
So this was an important organization for him, and I'm guessing Thomas Jefferson and some of the others. Am I right?
Yes. We've got actually 14 presidents that were Masons.
Is Trump a Mason?
Not to my knowledge. there was a rumor Obama was at one point, and that went away too. You hear rumors all the time about people being Masons, and Masonry. You have to apply to become a member, and not just anybody can come in. You have to have a clean criminal background, and you have to be dedicated to God as far as just someone that you understand and worship and recognize, and then you want to give back to the community. We feel that we have to leave the earth, this place, better than it was when we found it.
Well, you're doing that,
and I do what I
can. With your
can.
Profession, you're doing that.
Well, yeah,
with your chosen profession. Yeah. So the open house this coming Friday. What do we expect?
So we have a dinner from 6 to 7. At 7 o'clock, 7:15, I have a little PowerPoint spiel I put together.
Oh, really?
And I talk about, what's in it for you, and what's in it. What does Freemasonry do for the person, and what is it we've done? How do we help people? What is it we do? We help kids. The Drury Gant Park right next to our large property, that's part of our property.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we give that out to the city to let the kids play there, train for soccer.
I had no idea, really.
Yeah.
Wow.
It says Marion-Dunn Lodge, Drury Gant Park, and that's something we do. We also help, Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts. We give away bicycles. We have the children's toy drive for women and children at the Ocala Domestic Abuse Shelter every year. You've seen some pictures possibly or the video. I mean, we've got a room full of toys that we deliver after a meeting and take it over to the women and children.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you have a lot of stories about that during the holiday season because you always keep us informed about the women and the abuse shelter, and that's really to be commended on your part.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
So give us a little sample of what you're going to talk about. You're going to talk about what you expect from the members.
Well, when someone why would someone join Freemasonry?
Right.
Why would someone take their time and come in and sit and listen to me talk?
Right.
I mean, so if they have an interest, because Lord knows you go on TV and listen to the History Channel for 2 seconds. It's all about the Freemasons and
they
the
get
Illuminati
it wrong, right?
and the Knights Templar, and they have all these grandiose ideas of what we do, and then we're really, no, we don't go out and...
How is it possible that the people who do these things don't first go visit you or a lodge near them, I guess, and get it straight? Why? Or what is the deal there?
I don't know. You know, everybody thinks we're a secret society. We're not secret. Everybody knows where we are. Good Lord. I mean, we're here out in the open.
Right.
So when someone comes to us and they want to know things, they have a couple ideas from what they've seen on National Treasure or whatever movie, and then we set them straight. You know, we don't have a bunch of treasure in the other room. We don't have King Solomon's gold. But we'll help you help the community, help children, help yourself. We'll help you grow and learn about yourself as to how to better yourself, how to become a speaker, for example. Not like I do a great job, but how to become a public speaker.
I think you do a great job. I love somebody who's real. One of the things we've said many times, especially when we're getting close to electing another president. All right, using your profession as an ophthalmologist, am I saying it right?
Optometric physician.
Optometric physician. Okay.
Right.
You had to go to school. You had to learn. You can't start with the first patient until you have passed all those tests.
Right.
We don't have a test for the president. We don't have a test. What that has to do with the Freemasons is, I'm looking at the notes here, that you uphold a Mason upholds the Constitution.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see that as a requirement for anybody who wants to hold that office, because bottom line is, he or she, we haven't had a she yet, the president will work for us when they get elected.
Right.
And working for us means, hey, there's a constitution. We want you, the same way we ask everyone who enters the military, will you defend and uphold the Constitution?
Exactly.
Well, the president should have the same thing.
You would think.
And should have an understanding of it.
You would think, yeah.
So is that part of, like, do you have, is there an educational element to being a Mason? Do you... Like, for example, if I was a Mason, I said, I really want to uphold the Constitution, but the truth is I need a little help understanding it.
Right.
Do you give that?
We have training sessions throughout the year, and as you progress in what we call the chairs or the line, because we have a number of positions in the lodge, you learn as you go through each chair position different things. And certainly, to talk about the Constitution, you can do that. What we don't talk about are two things: politics and religion. Because everybody...
And what?
We don't talk about politics
and
religion.
Oh, religion. Okay.
Religion, meaning that we don't sit there and talk about...
don't blame you. Yeah, that's...
The difference is because...
It wastes your time.
It's an argument that you can't win.
Absolutely.
But we all agree there's something out there or some...
But I like the fact that you have just illustrated that you separate politics from Constitution.
Yes.
You're not arguing politics when you're talking about... I love that. That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah. So we all sit around and come up with ideas on how to help a community, how to help a person. If someone comes up to us and needs help, we have 3 tenets in Freemasonry: brotherly love, charity, and truth.
So if we wanted to become a member, do we... Like, if we showed up Friday, do we approach you and say, I'd like to be a member? And
what happens is, if someone's interested in joining Freemasonry, I'm sorry, women aren't allowed in Florida, Robin.
Oh,
Some states do have women.
But there was ladies at the...
You have a special thing, though, for women.
I'll go into that in 2 seconds. I'll digress.
Okay.
So if someone wants to join in, then all they do is they say, hey, can I have a petition, which is the paperwork you have to fill out, which is a background, and then they submit a check for a background check, and we do a formal police background check.
Oh, okay. Make sure we're not criminals.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then they get voted on through the lodge, and there's a process you go through. You get vetted. Mm-hmm. And going back to the affiliated bodies, there are groups of women and children affiliated with Freemasonry. There's the Order of the Eastern Star, and there's Amaranth, which are the women's, and sometimes men are also involved in those organizations. And then we have our children's groups. We have the Rainbows and D-Malay. And I was a D-Malay. I was a young boy and sponsored by a Masonic lodge, and we had our group.
Really?
We had our group and our trainings. And as a kid, you learn reverence for sacred things, charitable good, cleanness, patriotism, respect. You learn all these things, and it's taught to you when you're a young boy, and you have you have these mentors, these Masons, that help you in life understand things you're trying to accomplish and do. Right. And it's just all for the good of everybody, not just yourself, but for the community.
You guys are very humble also. I mean, you go out there and you do things, and sometimes we don't hear about what you do until after the event has all been taken care of.
Right. Well, the ID program, which we've been doing it for decades, the child ID, where we go to a Walmart or whatever company wants us to come out, and we have a digital program where you can do digital fingerprints, video, pictures, and we burn a little quick CD that you can give to the police, and we don't record any of the information. It's yours, and it's now your child is safe. We also do that for older people, someone who might wander off, and you bring them there, and we also do them and give it to you.
For me, Robin. Robin needs one.
So when that person goes wandering off, you have something to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what my CD would look like. Easy to spot. Easy to spot. So, all right. So, are women invited to the open house then?
Oh, certainly. It's a family-friendly event.
Okay.
Women, children, everybody just come in and watch, and you get to walk around the lodge. Get 168 years that we've been around.
Wow.
So you get to see all kinds of old stuff in the lodge. It's pretty cool. Now, this isn't the original building. This is like our third building. This one was built in the 1970s. So it's a large, air-conditioned, nice place.
But are you affiliated with the Scottish Rite Temple?
Now, I'm also in Scottish Rite. I'm a 32nd degree Mason.
You wear a kilt?
So I don't wear a kilt. No, I don't wear a kilt. My legs wouldn't look that good. Anyway, so with the Scottish Rite, again, we have the hearings in Speech Center up at UF in Gainesville at Shands. And there we have, in Ocala, we have the Scottish Rite Temple right down the road. It's called the Consistory, actually, down the road from us. And also the Shrine Club is around the corner. So the Shriners, the Masons, the Scottish Rite, we're all in an area within a few miles of each other here.
Do you know, when I was a kid, there was a call for a baseball team. And I remember some of the kids saying, no, I don't want to join the baseball team. And then the guy who was doing the recruiting said, we could use you. You're a good thrower. You could be a good pitcher. And I'm wondering if that same thing could be applied to this. If you say to everybody, we'd like you to come by, maybe it's not for me, but is there anybody you need? Do you need somebody who's a good speaker? Do you need somebody who's a good organizer? I mean, who do you want? Who do you see? Like, if you needed to recruit certain personality types or skill sets, what do you look for?
There isn't one in particular. Because every member brings their own qualities to the lodge. That's what's great about it. And you've got me as a physician, and you've got guys that are mechanics. You've got guys we have a hearing aid specialist. We have a rabbi. We've got people that are retired, and everybody brings something unique to the lodge. And you look at those characteristics and see what they bring, and it doesn't have to be something they do in a business. It can be their personal skill set, and that's what we want, is someone who's friendly,
a great answer,
affable,
that's
someone.
A great answer to the question.
And again, we don't take bad men and make them good. We take good men and make them better. That's it. We don't take.
I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I don't blame you. It's hard sometimes when you're trying to take bad men and make them good. You try and you feel like, okay, forget it. I'm just wasting my time. But a good person who wants to do better is easier to work with, even though it's still a lot of work.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is it open to any age of a gentleman?
Freemasonry?
Yeah.
Age 18 and up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you've been if you're 60 years old and all of a sudden you want to do something like this, you can still do it.
Certainly, yeah. And there's all kinds of things you get out of the training sessions we've got. Now, my two sons are both Masons. They were both D-Malay like I was, and they're both Masons in my lodge. I'm the worshipful master, so I run the lodge at this point, and I have one son who is the chaplain, which was a position I held a few years ago, and I have another son who's the tiler or the guard at the door, and they both are in lodge with me, and that's just phenomenal for me because I've got my own sons there with me partaking in everything
awesome.
I do. So it definitely is a family event. I wear my grandfather's Masonic ring. This thing is older than the hills, but
wow, nice.
I don't wear it every single day just for special occasions. and because it's about to fall apart. It's so old and thin, and it's just worn out. Anyway, so
did we meet your sons at the fish fry? I don't know if we did.
I don't know if my wife was there. Then yes.
I don't know. I don't even know that.
I don't think so. I think you were there in February, maybe.
Could be.
February, March.
It's been a few months.
Yeah, I know. Anyway. So, but we have the fish fry, always the second Friday of each month also as a fundraiser. And the monies we get from things, we go back into the community and do our service.
And that's kind of my last question is what can we do for you? How can we help? How the rest of us? How can we help Freemasons?
Well, give us something to do. Give us something that you have a project for, a charitable good, let us know. And we try to work that into our budgets. We give away money all the time. We give money we have the Ben Ayers Scholarship Fund over at CF.
Uh-huh.
We have thousands we give away every year just in Florida for writing an essay on America. On being a citizen, really? For the high school kids. Mm-hmm. And we go through them all. We get thousands of them, and we find the top few, and we give them a $1,000 prize.
Oh my God.
ROTC, we give money out to the ROTC groups. Sometimes they'll come and do presentations at our lodge, like the missing man ceremony and things.
Right,
and
right.
we give them money for that, so we support them.
Yeah, we have such a great ROTC program in this community. I see those kids out there working their butts off and just working in unity, and it's just, it's a wonderful way to, I think what you do, what the Freemasons do to give people an opportunity to become better people, I think. Does the women's part of it, the Amaranth and all of that, do they have similar programs, or are they? I'm trying to figure out their role in all of this. They're not part of it, but they are part of it.
They're called an appendant organization, so an appendant body. So they will have fundraisers for their projects, for the Diabetes Association or cancer research and arthritis. And they have their fundraising dinners or whatever they do, garage sales. The money they use then is to donate then to those causes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So we give over $2 million a day
Wow.
in the United States.
Oh my gosh.
Remember, there's 5 million of us worldwide and just over a million here in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still practicing across the street, by the way, or did you move out of that office?
I'm no longer with that organization. I'm now with Village Eye Institute.
That's what. Okay.
One place, one location in the Villages.
That explains it. Okay. Dr. Ramsay, always good to see you. Let's give out some important information. The Marion-Dunn Masonic Lodge number 19 annual public open house event is this Friday, July 7th from 6 p.m. till 8 p.m. You just show up at the location, which is at, what's the address?
It's let me get the address again. It's 1836, 30.
I've got 1846.
1846. There you go.
Southeast 36th Avenue
It always throws
in
me.
Ocala. 1846.
I never write it down. My GPS on my car takes me there, so it's like it's like phone numbers.
Do you
I don't know.
Do you want to give out a phone number or a website?
Well, just go to Facebook. Marion-Dunn, Marion-Dunn Masonic Lodge.
And it's on Facebook.
And it'll pop up. Yeah.
See, everybody's using Facebook now instead of websites. It's easier. It's more convenient, I think. Dr. Ramsay, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me again,
Good
Larry.
to see you.
Robin.
See you in how long before we get to meet Dr.
Next week.
Terrorize?
Dr. Terrorize will be here next week.
Next week?
Yes.
1 week?
Yay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Is the internet driving business to your business? Hi, I'm Michael Warren with Brick City Interactive. At Brick City, we've been putting the web to work for businesses since 1998. We want to help you too, whether you're a real estate office, law office, medical office, manufacturer, retailer, a church, even a radio station like WOCA. We love to help businesses